First there was Ben and Jerry. No, wait, that was Tom and Jerry. Then came the ice cream dudes. Anywho, fast forward a bit, and this is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital, and it's only Luke right now. And this happened a week ago. This happened where Lewis was just in the studio by himself, but I had an excuse, right? I was going to move my car. Lewis just went to the toilet. Now he's back.
On Triple M Modern Digital. I was doing a wee. You told me I had 2 minutes.
And you took about 3 minutes.
Sorry. Well, I'm here
I
now.
couldn't believe it. Like, I was sitting here, and Mike's like, yeah, a minute to her on. And you're like, no worries, guys. And you just walked out.
You said 2 minutes.
Well, you took longer than 2 minutes.
Really needed a wee.
That's all right. It was probably the best intro I've ever done.
Oh, that's
You
good.
come in and ruined it.
Is it all finished? You need me to be excited?
Yeah, maybe add some more excitement to it.
We've got a great show planned for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Olympics. We're going to be talking about...
We have a new strategy. Well, we have the final strategy. We're going to blow Cole's radio out of the water.
We're into the end game, guys.
Yeah.
And we're making the big announcement today.
And we're going to talk about how to do shorter wheeze before the show.
This is Luke and Lewis for Long Wheeze.
Lewis, I've been watching a lot of Winter Olympics still.
Yes.
I've been enjoying it. It only happens once every 4 years, so you got to get around it when it's on. And I was
while it's hot, or because
cold.
it's the Winter Olympics, while it's cold.
Yep. Oh, sorry, did I ruin your joke? Oh, it was such a good joke.
My punchline.
Yeah. Oh, well. You know what? I think it would have got the same response if I had have waited for you to say it.
All right, tell me about the Olympics.
There was you may have heard of, or you probably actually haven't. There's a Hungarian athlete named Elizabeth Swaney, I think her name is, who's gone a bit viral. And usually when...
Why? Because she's incredible at skiing.
Well, usually that's the case, is of elite athletes get a bit famous, perhaps of a great performance, a gold medal win. Not the case in this one. Elizabeth Swaney is a half-pipe skier from Hungary who has gotten a bit of buzz around her from going down the half-pipe, competing in the Olympics, going down the half-pipe.
Oh, I love that event because they always do awesome tricks with flips and stuff.
That's why she's gone viral.
Yeah.
She's gone down the half-pipe and doesn't do any tricks.
What do you mean?
So I'm
pulling
across the laptop now. I'm showing you the video.
Yeah.
She goes down the half pipe and then she just
goes to the other side of the half pipe, and now she's going to the other side of it. She's just skiing.
She skis down the half pipe, and
that's where they do the impossible flips in like 360s,
720s sometimes.
She's just going down the slope.
Grab the skis.
Hey guys, didn't fall over.
Yeah. And she ended up coming last place.
What's last place? How many people?
24th. And she came 13.6 points behind the 23rd person. So clear last because the 23rd
Not even
person
close.
tried a trick.
Yeah, I guess if you pull off one trick, you come in 23rd.
The 23rd person went out there and was like, I'm going to do a little bit of a spin.
Right.
Because I'm in the Olympics.
Well,
and
yeah.
It's
you're in
being
the
broadcasted around the world.
It's like maybe if it was the Commonwealth Games.
The thing that gets me, though, is because she's not really getting big air. She doesn't even get air. When I'm saying she goes up and down the pipes, she goes to the top. By the end, she's lost so much speed because she's not doing any tricks that she gets halfway up the pipe and is forced to turn around because she's run out of speed. Now, I don't want to come out here and trash her, but I think I've worked out what's happened.
Yeah.
I reckon Elizabeth Swaney has just tried out for the Olympics as a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously not many women's half-pipe skiers in Hungary.
Very specific.
And then's just gone, great. I've somehow made the Olympics. I might as well free trip to South Korea.
You get a free snow jacket too.
Yeah.
You could get the Olympic tattooed on you. I remember my PE
so
teacher
many
got
benefits.
the Olympic rings tattooed on his arm. He came 7th in a relay once. Don't get it tattooed if you didn't even get bronze, mate. No tattoo.
I've actually done something similar.
Yeah.
Where I've done what she's done, I think. Back in high school, I found out, I read it, I was walking past the PE classrooms and I read that there were table tennis tryouts, right? I was like, oh, this will be a laugh.
I love
I
that
could
they
get
call it table tennis.
Right?
It's ping pong.
So I rocked up to table tennis tryouts, right, with my mate. Believe it or not, no one else came to the tryouts, right? Our original goal was, wouldn't this be funny to try out for the school table tennis team?
Yeah.
We rock up to the tryouts, no one comes. Right?
So we're
automatically on the team. So then we go to district, bang, free day off school. We're like, this is unreal.
Beautiful.
I don't know how it happened, but we got through district to the next round to zone. We won every single game. We weren't trying. We were just laughing, right?
Yeah.
And my mate happened to play tennis. He was a pretty good tennis player, right? So he was just naturally good at table tennis. I was okay. He was carrying the team. And then we got through zone. We made it to regionals. Somehow got through regionals, and we made it through to state accidentally in table tennis, right?
That's one step before national, and then after national, it's the Olympics.
The only reason why I didn't become an Olympic table tennis player is because there was one kid who actually got trained by the most elite #1 in the world Chinese table tennis player.
Yeah.
It was his prodigy we played against in the state final.
Yeah.
And we lost 21-2 or something like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And only because he hit it out twice.
Yeah, well, I think if you're not Chinese, you have to be in there for a joke. Otherwise, you're just going to get your spirits crushed.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is I was this close to being like your PE teacher and having the Olympic rings tattooed on me.
Luke and Lewis. Luke, we've been watching this interview that Ellen did with Bill Gates all day. I can't get over how rich this guy is and how little he knows how rich he is.
Yeah, so Ellen DeGeneres got Bill Gates on the show and did a couple of tests with him to test how, more just to prove to everyone how a bit out of touch Bill Gates is, obviously, because he doesn't do his own grocery shopping. He's a rich guy. He doesn't do anything.
The guy, he has so much money that he doesn't even understand what money is and what it's worth anymore. Like he said, Ellen was asking him, do you have any ridiculous indulgences or purchases that you make? And he goes, no, not really. And then she says, what about the Porsche? And he's like, oh, yeah, I bought a Porsche, of course. And then he's like, and I have a trampoline room in my house.
But nothing ridiculous.
A trampoline room. Look, I had a look at how much it would cost to build a trampoline room.
Yeah.
$160,000 just for the parts, no labor.
Yeah, nothing ridiculous though.
No,
he
not
doesn't
just splashing out on a room. Dude, a room that's not a bedroom
dedicated
or a kitchen.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
A room dedicated to bouncing is just like you don't need.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I want to go up and down a bit more.
Yeah, but she started testing him on basically asking him the prices of normal everyday things like dishwashing detergent.
Things you can find in a supermarket just to see if you'd have any idea of what normal people go through every day. And this is what Bill Gates said.
Ooh,
okay.
Tide Pods. You've been hearing a lot about those lately. What do you think?
$4. No. They want me to go higher.
Yeah.
Let's go with $10. $10.
All right. $19.97. It's expensive to do laundry.
And, it's expensive to do laundry. Look at Ellen pretending she's not in the Illuminati too.
So if you don't know what Tide Pods are, they're like little laundry detergent tablets you put in your washing. Look, I'll be honest, I don't know really what they are because I don't do laundry. Me and Bill Gates. That's the only thing I have in common with Bill Gates is neither of us do our own laundry.
It's a little bit different. He doesn't know because he doesn't do his own shopping.
I'm lazy.
And he doesn't do his own laundry. We don't know because we're so poor that we live with mum.
Yeah, because my mum does my laundry.
Yeah, but I love Ellen just pretending that she's also not that rich. She's worth $360 million and she reckons that she does her own grocery shopping too.
She only knew how much a Tide Pod was because her producer told her before the show.
She probably didn't even think of that segment.
Now, Lewis, I wanted to do a similar thing with you because we're the complete opposite to Bill Gates. We're quite poor, where we don't even know how much rich things cost.
No.
I don't know what a Ferrari is.
We're not really balling. I wouldn't know the price of a Ferrari or a house or anything above $50, really.
Yeah, so I wanted to give you a bit of a quiz as to what... I've got a few expensive items here, and I want you to just have a complete stab in the dark to see if you know what these items will be. Okay. First one is a Gucci wallet. Purse.
Okay, well, I couldn't tell you what a Gucci purse is worth, but a Gucci wallet, about $525.
Wow, how did you know that?
Well, I own one.
There's one in your pocket.
Yes, because it's in my pocket.
Oh, so weird, because you're just saying how poor you were.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one. Gucci belt. Leather belt.
Leather belt? I don't own a leather belt, but if I were to guess, probably in the ballpark of around $505.
Spot on to the dollar. How do you know that?
Well, might have one in my bedroom.
Oh, you own a Gucci belt?
Yeah, in Mum's house. Yeah.
Here's me thinking you were so out of touch with rich people.
Yeah.
Turns out you're
do believe that this entire segment is a bit of a stitch up here. What's your next question?
Last one.
Yeah.
Gucci hoodie.
Well, you see, Luke, in Australia they're worth about $1,000-something, but if you buy them from the US,
Yeah, which you did.
it comes out to about $1,300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 1,275, so you're spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird how you were just saying you're poor. Anyway, this is Luke and Bill Gates on Triple M Digital.
I think we found out the reason why I'm so poor.
Yeah. Lewis, yesterday on the show, we had an incident where our button pusher radio mic didn't stick up for himself in a meeting. And
What a surprise.
Yeah, and when someone else referred to him as Parente, not Michael, his name is Michael Liberale, someone else in the meeting called him Parente 3 times, and Michael didn't say anything. Radio mic just...
because there is another Michael Parente in a different state, and this guy thought that our mic was that mic, called him it 3 times, and Radio Mike just didn't correct him at all.
Yep, and yesterday we cleared that up with the original guy, Dom, who called, was mistaking Mike for Parente, right? And we called the actual Michael Parente yesterday on the show. Well, you'll be pleased to know, Lewis, that the Parente saga continues.
What's happened now?
So this morning, Radio Mike gave me a call and explained to me that there'd been another... perhaps miscommunication with 2 Michaels at the companies.
Right.
Radio Mike is currently working on another show. It's quite a big show at the network. He's assistant producing Hamish and Andy.
Hedging his bets as usual. You know, he's trying to get across FM and digital and podcasts. It's like, mate, just give it up.
He's a man of many talents, but digital is where your strengths lie, I think.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so...
He's basically good at everything apart from being remembered.
And having the confidence to say something. So, Mike is working on the Hamish and Andy show at the moment, which means there's a big group chat it's like a WhatsApp chat of all the members in that team.
Yeah, because it's a big operation. There's producers, there's Hamish and Andy, there's Michael for some reason, there's a bunch of people in there.
Mike, tell them about the mishap that's happened in this group chat.
So obviously in the first meeting, Andy says, hey, make a group chat, pop everyone in it so we all know what's going on and can all communicate with each other. And
Great idea.
After that meeting, I never got invited to this group chat, and I just assumed that it didn't happen. Right?
I know what's happened already.
And that was a month ago. Yeah. Today...
And you decided not to say anything again?
I just assumed it hadn't happened, and then a few weeks ago there was another meeting and Hamish mentioned the group chat, and I just assumed they had forgotten to put me in, and I just sort of copped it because I didn't want to speak up about it. And then...
So you were like, oh, I'm one of the 6 people on the team, but I'll be the only person not in the group chat. That's fine.
Anyway, the producer,
You needed to do your job.
My boss, Sarah, called me today and said, hey, did you see what Hamish wrote in the group chat today? And I said, nah, I'm not in the group chat. And she said to me, yeah, you are. She looks at her phone, she goes, oh... who's Michael Parente? Because he's in it.
That's amazing. So he's in their group chat. Wait, but that means that if he's been in the group chat for a month, he has been getting the messages but hasn't said anything either.
The real Michael Parente is in this group chat with Hamish and Andy in a different state, and he's done the same thing as you, but on the other end, where he's been in a group chat, not knowing why for a month, and also hasn't said anything.
I know, it's weird, isn't
What's
it?
up with Michaels and just not saying, hey guys, just a quick thing, I shouldn't be in this, and in your case, hey, can you add me in?
See, I thought it turned into like an offhand thing where someone actually said, hey, don't put Mike in the group chat, we don't want him in it. And I was just going with that.
Just a little bit of casual workplace bullying on the Hamish and Andy show.
All right, well, after the break, I want to call the real Michael Parente again and ask him why he's been in, does he know he's in this group chat? I want to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, we're going to do that after the break. I just want to let you know, Mike, that me and Luke have a group chat together.
Yeah.
You're not in it. Michael Parente is, though. Not so he can help with the show, just because we don't want you in a group chat. If you've just joined us, we were talking before the song about our button pusher, Radio Mike. He's been working on another show for the past 6 weeks. He's doing the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, and they have a group chat that he is supposed to be in. The group chat has been around for a month, but they added the wrong Michael into it. But our button pusher did not say anything, and also the wrong Michael that's in the group chat hasn't said anything either.
The real Michael is who's in the group chat who got added, who wasn't supposed to be in there, is Michael Parente, who repeatedly gets Michael Liberale, our Radio Mike, gets mistaken for here in the office. And it's happened again in this group chat. So we thought we want to get the real Michael Parente on the line. We spoke to him yesterday about this exact same issue with just them getting mistaken. But now I want to get to the bottom of, wait, the real Michael Parente has been in this group chat for a month. Why didn't he say anything either?
Because that's even weirder. It's like, fair enough, not saying anything. Maybe you thought you just weren't supposed to be in the chat. There's some very important people working on the show. But being in the chat when you know you're not supposed to be in it and not saying anything, that's weird as. So we're going to give him a call and let's see what he has to say.
Hello, Michael speaking.
Hey, Michael Parente, it's Luke and Lewis again. We're calling you for the second time in 2 days. How are you, mate?
Not bad, man. How about you?
So
we're a bit confused, to be honest.
Michael, you'll be pleased to know that the Parente saga has continued overnight. So Radio Mike, our button pusher, Michael Liberale, is supposed to be in a group chat with the Hamish and Andy Show he's working on at the moment, and wasn't added in this group chat for a month. And Mike wondered why, like, I don't know why I'm in this group chat. This is a bit weird. Turns out everyone else in the Hamish and Andy Show thought Mike was in it. They go, yeah, you're in it, man. And then they looked at the people who were in the group chat and said, wait, who's Michael Parente?
If you've been in this group chat for a month...
Do you know about this group chat?
Yeah, well, okay, so here's the thing. So I got added to a group chat, right?
So you know you're in it.
Well, I was in it, and my first thought was, oh, no, like, I've been supposed to be doing work, and I haven't done it. Like, I had no idea. I thought I'd failed completely at doing my job because I had no idea what this group chat was on about.
So
and
you
then
thought
for a month,
you just got
like,
added...
I'm going to say nothing.
Yeah, so I thought, maybe if I like keep quiet and sort of scope it out and spy on it a bit, I can figure out what my job was supposed to have been. Because other people were texting me now. So Jez texted me, he's like, oh, hey, man, it's good to see you in the group chat, and keen to work with you. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Did you respond?
So you thought you got given a promotion via a group chat?
Yeah, I just responded to be like, yeah, man, I can't wait. Like,
so you have engaged in conversation in the group chat?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, not in the group chat itself, but outside of it, about it, definitely.
So now everyone thinks that Radio Mike has a completely different personality because they've been talking to you the whole time. And that he's very lazy because obviously he hasn't been doing his job because he can't hear about it.
Yeah, I've done some things, man. Good luck catching up after that.
So do you just want to replace Mike on the show now? I feel like it's too awkward now if Michael Liberale comes in there and they'll be like, who are you, man? Where's Parente?
Yeah, I think at this point it's the only thing we can do, really.
How do you feel about that, Radio Mike?
Parente, are you trying to steal my identity, man? I'm feeling weird about this.
Finally, he's got some confidence.
We did want to ask you, obviously Radio Mike, Michael Liberale, keeps getting mistaken for you, Michael Parente, right? Do you ever get mistaken for Michael Liberale? Does anyone ever call you Liberale in the office?
Look, so far not yet, but also
No.
Brisbane's a lot less interesting place than Melbourne, so maybe that's why.
No, I think it's
No.
because no one even calls Liberale.
No one even knows who he is here at the company. Everyone just assumes he's you. Which is great for his career, because you're probably a lot further ahead.
I don't know if I can agree with that, but good to hear.
Thanks for joining us, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Are you gonna? By the way, are you gonna leave the group chat, or are you just gonna stay in there?
Oh, they kicked me out.
They kicked him.
Kick him out. You could have at least added Mike before they kicked you out. Have you been added now?
Yeah, I'm now
Right.
in the group chat, but I can't see anything that happened before, so I'm still not up to date.
Oh, I can I can send you screenshots if you want.
I would actually love that so I can do my job.
All right.
All right, you guys work this out between yourselves. See you later.
Thanks,
See you
Parente.
guys.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
Luke, I'm freaking out.
Why?
Because my girlfriend, for Valentine's Day, has purchased See, on Valentine's Day...
You had such a stressful Valentine's Day. You were stressed before it that you didn't get a hint, that your girlfriend was hinting you, hey, buy me a present, but you said, no, we're not doing it this year. You're stressed before it, well, you're stressed during, and now you're stressed after.
Yeah, because we moved Valentine's Day from the actual day when we couldn't see each other to the weekend, we exchanged gifts. I got her a comic book that she's been reading, and I got her a few issues ahead of where she is, and she loved it. She's like, oh, that's so romantic. You notice I've been enjoying this thing. Really good classic gift. Do you know what she got me?
No.
She got me a artistic solo experience.
What?
She's purchased me a ticket to something called Alone, which is a traveling artistic experience that goes around to cities, and it's explained. It's very vaguely explained, because if you knew what actually happens, what's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to meet up in Melbourne Central with a bunch of other people who have bought a ticket to this thing. Then we all
have been had a rough Valentine's Day and are now forced to be on this journey.
Then what happens is we are all separated, because the whole thing is you are guided through the experience, whatever it is, by the employers, by the people employed by this company production thing, and they make you go through this experience by yourself, and it's supposed to shatter boundaries and things, and I'm just freaking out about it, because I had to sign a waiver. Well, sorry, I have not signed a waiver. My girlfriend signed a waiver for me, okay? And in the waiver, it says I need to show up by myself in comfortable clothes. The artist will reimagine the entire city as a stage. Already hate it. And I have to be okay.
That requires a vast imagination to look at a city and be like, oh yeah, stage.
Yeah, I know, because
I'd be like, no, I'm pretty sure that's just buildings.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, how do you look at a JB Hi-Fi and be like, I'm feeling very artistic right now? All right, and it says that during it, I need to wear clothes that aren't fancy. I just need to wear plain clothes, because I may get dirty or wet. I may have face paint applied to me by strangers that are all actors. I also may be vigorously manhandled. My girlfriend's paid $100 for me to get bashed in the city by myself. And/or placed in sexual situations.
What
has she got me? And I'm not allowed to use if I look at my phone...
Wait, so are you just doing a brothel tour?
I don't know what's happening. If I pull out
an artistic brothel tour.
I know. And if I pull out my phone at any point, I'm going to get ejected. And the only time that's ever happened was when I was at a nightclub and they started having a wet t-shirt competition for some reason, because obviously they didn't want people to film it. So I think that's what's happened. I've just had tickets bought for me.
So you've had to sign a waiver for this thing and everything. The last time I signed a waiver for something, I got hit in the nuts by a paintball. So good luck.
Well, that's aggressive touching, isn't it? Luke, I've got a bit of a theory that I've been thinking about, ruminating upon for many months, and I think that it's just not a theory, it's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
The sweatier the man is who serves you a kebab or a souvlaki, the better your souvlaki is.
I don't think I've ever agreed with you more on something. We have our disagreements, and then sometimes we go, oh yeah, but this one I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Earlier in the day, I got a kebab. Here's the thing: I was actually on the hunt for a souvlaki at first. I went to the local fish and chip shop here, a bit upmarket.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, it's a bit fancy. It's a fancy
There has
fish and
been
chip
like
store,
an influx of fancy fish and chip shops.
Which, if I'm getting fish and chips, I want grease. I'm not going to buy fish and chips for an experience. I'm going to buy it to eat greasy chips.
Exactly. You want to eat fish and chips and then half an hour after be like, why would I ever do that?
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later you go, oh, I need the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the experience I want.
That's fish and chips. Like, you don't want all these fancy places coming in with their cutlery. Get out of here.
I walked down to the fish and chip store, saw the guy behind the counter.
Yeah.
He looked chilled, in fact. The air conditioner was so high in the store that the guy actually looked comfortable. And I was like, well, I don't want him serving me.
Was this man aggressively hairy?
No.
Well, I hope you left that establishment
Don't worry.
immediately.
I was like, boycott this place forever.
Brilliant, because
no
you
way.
know what?
Dude, the guy was clean shaven. I was like, none of that.
Absolutely. If you're not running the risk of getting a couple of chest hairs in your Souvers,
Yeah.
get out of there. It's not going to be good.
So, I knew where to go. There's another kebab shop down the road here on the street we're on. And, boy, I've been there before.
Yeah.
And when you have to repeat yourself 4 times because the guy has such a thick accent when ordering a lamb kebab, just
Even though
2
that's
words.
the only thing that anyone orders.
Yeah, it's the only thing he sells. And then I'm like, this is I know where I need to go. So I walk straight in there and, boom, straight away, just 1 lamb kebab. Mate, he was dripping onto the floor. I've never seen a man so hot, so bothered, and so ready to go home. And I was just like, this is my guy, right?
Absolutely.
I think if you don't run the risk, and then he's like to me, excuse me, mate, would you like any sauces? And I was like, yeah, just some garlic and some of your eyebrow sweat. That'd be great. And it was a ripper kebab.
Yeah, that's
Theory
brilliant.
confirmed, everyone.
Yeah. So really, if your kebab guy isn't sweaty enough to be permanently followed by a caution wet floor sign, guys, it's time to talk about Coles Radio beating us in the ratings. And look, they're done.
Each day
Finished.
we've come into the show and we've been embarrassed that every day we have to come on air and say, yep, Coles Radio still leagues ahead of us in the digital ratings on radio.
Tripling our ratings on Modern Digital, and we were really self-conscious about it, but embarrassed to be beaten in the ratings by a store. But
yeah, we're not even getting beaten by a radio station. We're getting beaten by a supermarket, which it sucks. When you put all this effort in to radio
Luke,
and not selling fresh produce.
It used to suck until we devised the ultimate plan to bring down Coles Radio. And guys, we're going to reveal it to you now because
I mean, we've won.
It's over.
They don't know what's coming at them right now. They're probably sitting, oh, what sweet deal should we do this week? Oh, prices are down. No, not anymore. They're going to have to raise their prices after the stocks in their radio market plummet.
Because, listeners, the only reason why Coles Radio is on top of the ratings is because nobody listens to digital radio. Everyone's listening to FM radio, okay? And previously, the only way you could listen to our show is in a Tesla or
on an app which doesn't work. It
app.
Still says we're on from 8 till 10 a.m. If anyone at Triple M Modern Digital is listening,
we have never been on.
Fix it.
AM until 10 a.m. Probably never will be. And look, what we're going to do is we are going to move all radio listeners from FM radio to Triple M Modern Digital and the digital bandwidth in general by moving to FM. We're moving to Fox FM Sunday nights 10 p.m. till midnight. And we are going to create the worst show
of all time to sabotage FM radio and thus bringing all listeners back across to where our hearts truly belong.
Digital spectrum to be a more modern and a more digital audience that will destroy Coles Radio. This is not a joke. The Luke and Lewis show is moving to Fox FM. Some people might call it a career move. Some people might call it an upgrade, but no, this is a selfless sacrifice to destroy FM radio, bring all of the listeners to Modern Digital, and bring down Coles Radio forever.
We're not doing this for personal gain,
no.
Ladies and gentlemen. This isn't to further our careers in radio.
Absolutely not.
This is to bring them down, FM radio down, so digital radio rules rules the radio landscape.
Yeah.
Thus, Modern Digital becoming the biggest radio station in the world.
It's a flawless plan. I think you all agree. Everyone is going to listen to our Sunday nights on Fox show and go, this is the worst show ever. But I'm sure it's pretty good when on Modern Digital.
Yeah. So, fade down the music. We've won. We've done. Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
We do need to
This
say...
is not a joke.
This is not a joke. We are doing a Sunday night show on Fox FM in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to stream it online, I guess, if you're in other states. Actually, we're not sure. I haven't checked that. Who cares? I think you'll be able to stream it online.
Yeah.
The podcast will stay the same. We're going to be doing Wednesdays to Friday.
Wednesday to Friddy.
Wednesday to... We're going to be doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friddy.
I think we have to let Fox FM know that Luke doesn't know how to speak English before they put us on, but that is part of the tactics. We're going to get on and I'm going to be like, Luke, how are you going today? And he's going to go,
it's
Sunday.
I'm like, it's Sunday today.
So we're going to be on Fox. Nothing will change on Modern Digital. We're still Wednesday and Thursday and Friday making the best show ever, and then we're going to make the worst show on the planet on Fox to destroy FM radio.
We're going to really get him. So if you want to tune in to that garbage on Sunday nights, be my guest, but we're only doing it to take them down. Coles Radio, you've been warned. They don't even have an FM station.
No, they're done. So to everyone who gave us the job on FM, you've made a horrendous mistake. We're going to destroy you, and you're probably going to lose your job in the process. So this is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital, destroying Fox FM. Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital, and that brings us to the end of the show. So thank you very much for listening, everyone. No, Fox FM was not a joke. We are going on to Fox FM on Sunday, but we will be here tomorrow and going forward Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Most modern digital show on the planet.
We're still
Sunday
modern. We're
nights,
still digital.
Worst show on the planet.
No, I don't want people to think we're selling out. We're doing Fox FM as a sabotage mission just to beat Coles. If we hadn't have started this dispute with Coles, we would have never even considered the position.
I mean, really, Coles Radio, they must be shaking in their boots. We're going to bring them down. Unfortunately, really big apology to anyone who likes listening to Drive Radio, Fox FM, or even 3AW, any kind of FM band station. Sorry, but you're about to lose that entire industry because we're going to hit the market on Sunday night. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Luke and Lewis. Hey, podcasters. Tricked ya. You thought the show was ended, but it's another podcast message from
the show's
us.
ended.
The show's ended.
But
just so you...
by the way, this is Luke and Lewis, the two guys you were just listening to for the last half an hour.
Yeah.
Just in case there was any confusion.
Yeah, because this is podcast Luke and Lewis, not, radio.
We're totally different people on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, we're much worse. We wanted to just fill you in on the exact details about the show on Sunday nights. For podcast people...
Sorry, Mike was just laughing at how shit your joke was.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, you could have hit the joke alarm, but that's a radio joke, so
hit it.
No,
we haven't done it for ages. Good joke, Lewis.
Amazing joke!
Thanks for bringing that one to the show.
He actually bought it. Worth saying.
He actually bought it to the podcast.
Yeah.
So not really the show there.
Need a podcast-specific one. So if anyone is still listening after that awful bit of content, you might like to know that the Sunday night show is starting from 10 p.m. until midnight every Sunday, so you can avoid that.
If you're in Melbourne, we'd love it if you listen, called, whatever.
Because on your actual radio, you can only listen in Melbourne. If you're in another state or internationally, you can just Google Fox FM Melbourne. You'll be able to stream the show on a laptop or something.
It's like your version of if you're in Brisbane, B105, Perth, I forget what it's called. I don't know what any of the other one's called. Today FM in Sydney.
Is it's a lot easier than having to listen
Mike
to
knows them. I don't.
The Hit Network.
The Hit Network.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
What we're saying is it's a lot easier to listen to than buying a Tesla.
You know what I was noticing? Our show's going to be playing hits and old school. Yeah. It's the complete opposite to modern and digital.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know how I'm going to handle the music selection.
We've bloody sold out.
There won't be any songs about bringing a lemon to a knife fight. Now, that's only funny for the three people who listen to our radio show live every day.
But if you don't, just look that song up on YouTube, play it 30 times. So that's our show.
The reason why we're doing this message, and other than wasting your time, we genuinely wanted to thank you all. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Mm-hmm. Thank you to everyone who's listened to the podcast. It really helps. The engagement with the show makes the show better, and it makes the show good enough to be on a proper radio station.
Yeah.
Obviously, this has been the training ground, Modern Digital, for ages, and they finally thought here at the radio station that we were ready to have people listening.
Trick jar.
Yeah, but really we're just going over to sabotage it and screw Coles.
So thank you very much to everyone who's listened, everyone who's commented or shared anything we've done or contributed. But most of all, thank you to every single person who's blocked Radio Mark on Instagram.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. We couldn't have done this without you.
Mike, thoughts?
He wouldn't have had so little followers without you all. Mike's turning off our mics. Did you just turn off our mics?
I turned mine off.
Oh, okay. He turned his mic
All right,
off.
That's enough. Sunday nights, 10 till midnight.
Also, we're still on Modern Digital. Wednesday to Friday, so the podcast will be 4 times a week now. Wednesday to Friday and Sunday nights.
Yep. All right. See you later.